Hi, welcome to my YouTube channel. This is not a questions corner, and this is definitely not a presidential thing. This is more along the lines of a rant and kind of an emotional release for me. Many people have gone through this situation in their lives, and a lot of people are unsure how to handle it or just continue with being the way that they've always been because it's easier. Many people say you're better off forgiving and forgetting and letting bygones be bygones, or, turn the other cheek, or um, they just misunderstand, once the truth is out, everything's going to be okay. Well, in light of all that, those of us that, you know what, let me actually explain this in a better sense. What's going on about that doesn't tell you what exactly happened. My birthday was yesterday. Now, generally, I don't like my birthdays, but I was hoping, my yesterday would be better than the ones before. Sadly, that did not occur. It just turned out kind of like the ones before, just another downtrodden, God, I hate this day, but far worse. A little while ago, over a year ago, I had an altercation with my brother. My brother assaulted me. Most people that get into sibling conflicts don't really do much of anything but consider it a sibling conflict, or they call the police and sibling gets arrested and they just let it go. Well, I've never been the type to let something go. I'm the kind of person, you commit a crime, you've got to do the time. For the longest time, I stood by that. During that time, my brother would continue to go towards my mother and try to convince me to drop the charges. Well, I'm sorry. You committed a crime. You assaulted me. And it's not the first time you've assaulted somebody, let alone assaulted a woman. You've got to do your time for your crime. Whether I'm your relative or not, in the eyes of the law, it doesn't matter. When my mother started getting ill in the hospital and started dying, my mom's last request to me was to let it go. To be a sister to my brother. To be there for him because he was going to need me. Because he's always needed me. He's always come to me to help him. Because he has no one else that he can rely on. Per my mother's last request, I let it go. It was against my better judgment because I knew that once everything was said and done, once everything was, all the troubles were all out the way, that something would happen and he would no longer want me around. Or he would do something to push me away. Or accuse me of something. Or ask me for something, and if I didn't do it, it would start a big old fight, which would hurt my feelings because I'm trying. Every time my brother got in trouble, I was there for him. Always. I wish I could say the same on his part, that he was there for me. But he wasn't. But that doesn't matter. It really doesn't. Because being there for somebody, regardless of what they do for you, is the right thing to do. Well, per my gut instinct, once everything was all said and done, things would go back to the way they were before. And I was right. At the end of last year, at the end of 2015, my brother and his wife had an incident. I had just moved into my house. I didn't have the gas money to go see him to check on him, but I still went. I still went there to be supportive of him, to help him, to be a pillar, to give him strength, because he needed it, and because it was the right thing to do. Because that's what our mom really wanted for us, was to be one. Well, in my doing that, it's what caused a serious rift. You see, shortly after that, another incident occurred. And that incident is being blamed on me. I'm being accused of something that I did not do. Let me clarify something here. From the time of that incident up until my birthday, my brother did not speak to me, except for once. And I had to call him like repeatedly just to get a hold of him. And it was like a quick 3-minute conversation, if that, and it was done. And I hadn't heard from him since. My birthday rolled around, so I was like, I'll contact him, see how he's doing and see if he wants to come see his little sister on her birthday. I woke up to a message responded on my birthday from his wife that he doesn't want to speak to me, to never contact him again. Well, being as I am, his wife is not my boss, and I don't have to listen to her. That's exactly what I told her. If he tells me that, then that's a different story. But still prompts the question of what the heck happened. I finally got a hold of him and found out what happened. And I was being blamed for what happened when I had nothing to do with it. My name was used in the incident against him. Somebody took my name and knew the fact that my brother and I didn't talk very often and sometimes didn't get along, used my name to hurt my brother and his wife. When I found that out, and I tried telling my brother, I didn't do that, there's no way I could do that, I was busy with other stuff, he did not want to hear me. He did not want to listen. He continued to accuse me. When I questioned him about the other people that were present during that incident in which I went over to his house for, his response was, well, the only other person was your roommate. No. Pointed that out. Well, then there was that person. I was like, yeah, and? Well, that person wouldn't do that because that person's currently helping us in this situation. And that person don't know you. That person knew me. That person was a friend of mine on Facebook. That person also knew our mother died. Also knew exactly where I lived. But I'm being blamed for something I didn't do. And you're not bothering to think about maybe somebody else have doing it. They say that you should keep your friends you should keep your friends close and your enemies closer. Well, you would think after so many years my brother would have known and learned that if I'm going to do something, I'm going to tell you I'm doing it. Either as I'm doing it or immediately right after. But he hasn't learned that. The person that used my name has ruined my relationship with my brother. So I've decided I'm going to clear my name, but I'm not clearing my name to reconcile with my brother. He couldn't believe me. He chose to doubt me. And it's not the first time that he's done something that has hurt me. But it is the last. I'm contacting the group in which is going after my brother to let them know that my name is being fraudulently used. I'm going to clear my name, and I'm clearing it for myself because I didn't do something and I'm not going to take the blame for it. When the reality and the truth of everything does come out, because as my mother says, everything comes out in the wash. When it does come out, my brother may try to reconcile. May. But there's nothing to reconcile. You see, many of you may think it's harsh and that it's mean. And like I was saying in the beginning, let bygones be bygones, forgive and forget, turn the other cheek, so on and so forth, forgive and everything, all that. Well, I can forgive him for being an idiot. I can forgive him for doubting me. And I can let it go. And I will. But that does not mean I have to have somebody like that in my life. For my sake, for my family's sake, my daughter, and for the sake of those closest to me, I will forgive him, but I will not reconcile. Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice. I don't know, which way is it? No, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Yeah, that's how it goes. I had to think for a minute. Brain's kind of fried. Well, he's fooled me several times. And I'm finally learning my lesson. So what I want to say to those that have been down this road, to those that know what it's like to go through this, you can forgive someone. And you can let it go. But you don't have to reconcile. Because there are some people that just don't change. That will continue to hurt you once you forgive them and you reconcile. And they don't realize that they're doing it. Because they don't realize that what they've done is wrong. And they don't apologize. They don't put in any effort to make it better. So no matter how much effort you put in, they don't. So forgive them? Yes. Reconcile? You don't have to. It doesn't matter if they are related to you by blood or if they're just a friend. What matters is you. Me. You have to do what is best for you. And sometimes the best thing is the hardest thing in the world to do. And that is to lose someone you care about. But it's for your own sake. Thank you for listening to me. Thank you for tuning in on this video. I wish I could say that it was a happy one, but it's okay. I will try to post another video soon. Can't guarantee it. There's still a lot going on, but thank you for watching. Have a good day.